Hello, welcome to the fifth video in this series. These videos are dedicated to my bucket list. I call it 100 Desires. I hope that you've been inspired. I hope that you write your own list, and I would love for you to share it with me. I like it when you guys comment. I'm very interested in what you have to say, so thank you for that. On this video, it'll conclude the things that I've already checked off, but obviously it's not the end because I still have so many more things left to go. I love it when people that I care about just kind of go over my list and pick out something to do with me. So I'll include a copy of my list and all the things that I haven't done yet at the bottom of this video. And I love your suggestions, so thank you for that. So give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I will absolutely keep posting content if you keep watching. Number 49 on my list of 100 desires was sleep in a castle in Ireland. So this is another Groupon trip that I got to do. I believe it was $700. So my friend James and I went on this one together, and the deal was you stay at whatever bed and breakfast of your choice. They give you a list to choose from. It included round trip airfare and a rental car for the week. So that was a smoking deal. We love it. So check, sleep in a castle in Ireland. So the next couple of ones I got to check off, my daughter decided to move from California to Missouri, back in the town that I grew up in, so she could be close to my mom and dad. And so I did part of the trip with her, and we decided to create an adventure out of it rather than just driving straight through. So we started in Southern California, drove up the California coast, cut across southern Canada, and then dropped down into Montana and Wyoming. So I got to check off walk on the glass sand beach. So this is near Fort Bragg, and it's just incredible. Apparently the story is that it used to be an old dump site, and they had cleaned it all up, but the water and the waves and the sand had created these little glass pebbles all over the beach. So it was really a magical experience to get to see that. And I love sharing things with my daughter. Number 90 on my list was go horseback riding in Swan Valley, Montana. This one was a little tricky. I wasn't sure I was going to get to check it off. I figured, it'd be pretty easy just to call, a place and go horseback riding, but we were there in early April, and it's still pretty chilly there in April. So we were bundled up with coats and hats and scarves, and it took a bit before we finally found an outfit that we could go horseback riding. Loved getting to share this one with Misty, and just a beautiful, beautiful area. Number 96 on my list was dance in the rain. So I was at my dad's house, and we were sitting on the back porch, and it started raining. So I said, Dad, will you help me check something off for my bucket list? Will you dance with me in the rain? So I got to dance with my daddy in the rain. Number 89 on my list, and the 47th thing that I got to check off, was help a random stranger in distress. This one was kind of interesting, and I got two in the same day. So I have a trailer that I bought, just like a flatbed trailer to haul things, and I had it parked in front of my daughter's house. And this guy knocks on the door, and he said, I noticed the flatbed trailer out front, and I'm wondering if I could borrow it. My daughter's in a bind, and she has to move, and this would be so helpful for me to be able to use your trailer. And I just kind of looked at him a little bit stunned. I'm like, well, could I at least get your name? So I got his name, and I loaned this random stranger my trailer, and I was like wondering if it was going to come back or not.
But sure enough, by the end of the day, he dropped it back off and thanked me for letting him use it. Then the second thing that happened that same day is I stopped at a garage sale. And this lady at the garage sale says, "Would you mind giving me a ride to the store?" And I'm in a small town, so I feel very safe and very comfortable, doing things like this. It might be a little bit different in a big city. But anyway, so yeah, this totally strange person that I had never met in my life just, gets in my car and I gave her a ride to wherever she needed to go. I'm like, why not? Number 71 on my list was visit the ice caves in Washington. This was a pretty cool experience, I gotta say, and a little bit tricky because I was there in July, so these ice caves were dripping quite a bit and melting. There were warnings around, be careful because the ice breaks off, but as you'll be able to see from these photos, it was pretty spectacular. And there were probably 4 different caves that you could go exploring in. The next item I checked off was teach a class. So I've had a massage therapist license since 1992 and I own a spa. So I was with a group of friends on a houseboat in Lake Powell and I taught a massage class. So I got to check off teach a class. Number 65 on the list was let go of a floating lantern at a festival. And there's a lantern festival that goes on in the Mojave Desert near Las Vegas. So I bought tickets. Angelina and I went to do this one together. And just imagine thousands of these lanterns, Chinese lanterns with a little fire on there, floating up in the sky all at once. And it was interesting when it actually worked, but the wind had picked up a little bit. And sometimes instead of the lantern going up, it was just like rolling across the ground, headed for the crowd and headed for people. That one was actually a little bit a little bit dangerous. I got home that day and I had like a hole burned in my jacket. And I'm like, well, that was interesting. In October of 2019, I got to check off number 64 on my list, which was volunteer to assist at a seminar. So my friend Jessica, I had actually attended a seminar in January of that year and met this woman, Jessica, who was one of the facilitators at that seminar. And she sends me a message and she says, "I can't stop thinking about you, and I feel like you have what it takes to assist at one of these seminars." So I got the details from her. I booked a flight to Oaxaca, Mexico, and I spent a week just helping out and volunteering to assist at that seminar. It was an experience that I enjoyed. I enjoyed being of service to other people, and I feel like that I had an impact and I made a difference. And this was a really special trip. Plus I got to stay a couple of extra days and go exploring around Oaxaca, which was pretty magical. I'll share a couple of photos with you. Number 59 on the list was to soak in the Blue Lagoon in Iceland. This was another Groupon trip. I got a smoking deal on it. Anyone who knows me knows I get a kick out of getting a good deal. So as soon as we landed in Iceland, we went straight from the airport to the Blue Lagoon. We weren't able to check into the hotel until later that day, but being in the Blue Lagoon and just at daylight, as the sun was coming up and the steam coming off the water, and you're in just this giant hot tub, basically. So this giant thermal pool, and it felt really surreal being there. And I know I use the word magical a lot, but it was magical. Number 84 on my list was to send someone an anonymous gift. So my sister loves crystal. She and I and my daughter and my mom all got together and we went for a crystal dig near Mount Ida, Arkansas. And we did pretty good. You know, we found lots of crystals, and, you know, some of them were small and some of them were some pretty good crystal clusters. In fact, I have one right here. Let me show you. So yeah, we found this. It's a challenge to clean them up. You soak them in muriatic acid for a couple of weeks and rinse them and scrub them. This one we probably could have soaked a little bit longer. It still has some yellow right here, but these are covered. They look brown. And when you're searching for them, sometimes all you see is just this one little shiny spot right here, and then you just start digging around. So anyway, my friend Katerina had a friend who she wanted to send some crystals to. There was, you know, a reason for that. And so she asked me, would you send my friend a crystal? So I did. I sent her one of the crystals that we had found on the crystal dig, and I don't know this woman, and I never heard from her, and she doesn't know me, so I got to check off send someone an anonymous gift. On March 17th of this year, I got to check off the number one thing on my bucket list. So the first thing that I wrote down was stay at the Giraffe Manor Hotel in Nairobi, Africa. Now, I had heard about this hotel maybe 30 years ago, and the photo that I saw at the time were the giraffes sticking their head in the window while someone was eating a meal. And I saw that photo and I was like, oh my God, that looks amazing. So to book the Giraffe Manor Hotel is quite an experience. I had to get travel insurance for the trip. I had to prove to them that I had travel insurance. I went back and forth with the booking agent. I'm going to say it probably took me 10 or 12 days to book this room with daily communication. And so COVID was just starting when I went on this trip. I went with my friend Diane that I had met on the Camino that I told you about earlier. And so I booked the room. We were doing a safari, which was also a Groupon package, and we got sent home early. So I had booked this room to be at the end of the safari, and as it turns out, our trip got cut short. And I was like, oh no, I was so close to getting to check that one off. And Diane says, why don't you just call them? And we have to have a hotel for the night. Just call them and see if they've had a cancellation. So I did, and they did. So as it turns out, Diane and I stayed at the Giraffe Manor Hotel, and there were 2 other people there, and that's it. We had the whole place to ourselves. So our safari guide drops us off at the Giraffe Manor Hotel. And I get out of the car and I see the building and I just start weeping. Like those tears of joy, like, I can't believe I'm here. And it was everything I imagined that it would be and then some. So that's the last thing that I've checked off my list. It's like, with COVID being here, I've been stationary, and that's good because I know I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. But it was pretty amazing to get to stay at the Giraffe Manor Hotel, to get to have that experience, to share it with my friend Diane, and for that to be the memory that I get to hold on to for my world travels. I'm feeling very, very blessed and very thankful. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it. I enjoyed this little walk down memory lane and reliving some of these amazing things that I've got to do. So thank you for watching. Thanks for going along with me on this journey. Remember to like and subscribe. These subscriptions are really important. The watch time is really important. At some point, I would like to monetize this channel, and that helps me out. So thank you. I appreciate it, and have an awesome, awesome day.
He's trying to take your whole hand. Oh, gross. Oh, no.
Oh, More food for the water down.
It hurts gonna get bad. Look at that, it takes your whole hand. Here, let's try. You're welcome. It does it with your hand.
Okay, see. Yeah.
No, 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 no. I think oh my goodness.
Put more food.
What more food?
That's marvelous. Cannot believe this.
You're quite a pig. Oh my god.
Oh my God.
Sit down or stand up and then feed him. Okay. Start standing. And then
Yeah.